the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
Yamamu akwaba ediba Nsem-Pii TV platform. So you call the criminal division of the Accra High Court. He said the Ense court and some no me call show. Now say ya na sedinam ationu tamakulu NDC CEO ya na yeso nkwohwe maslok so memrane ni di ya yeso nkotwira banku komu mfi maako edu afi nso the criminal division of the Accra High Court 2 enso ahye se yakopon ya domo a May bosume besimu ne de toso miensa judgment eba ye no ye the case involving minority leader case lato forcing afi Richard Jakpa Sylvester and Imana ewo the ambulance scandal. Na ene case ya ekopie mu ewo the criminal division of the Accra High Court 3 delictive involving former NDC chairman Samuel Ofosu Ampofo and Kwaku Boahen. Unsa asem ye shase achewu way back in January 2020 and a case enter the first appearance ewo the criminal division of the Accra High Court. Na tape no ye wo ha ye besa bo e de amama kai mu hu biu de course. Now let's establish this fact. Tape no kopie mu ewo Israel ya ekofa forensics mu to determine say eye no crese voice no ayete wo leak tape no eye Ofosu Ampofo ene Kwaku Boahen voice ana ampanyampa every single data and after analysis every Israel by with respect to the forensics no enema nyina da hope fe say voice no ayete e wo tape no so no the voice of chairman of Ofosu Ampofo and Kwaku Boahen. The son inti lawyer ni ya oye justice of the Supreme Court ya was trance as a high court judge ya wono na ti asemi so Justice Samuel Asiedu she say there a prima facie case has been established and unti Ofosu Ampofo and afi Kwaku Boahen and file omo witness statement. And that's omo open omo witness statement. And unti Ofosu Ampofo date the man for opening of the witness statement na the 25th of April. And unti na ma court kwa asetra. Eti Justice Samuel Asiedu efre say lawyer ni a wonjina mu ediama chairman of Ofosu Ampofo lawyer Tony Lita omra na omo open omo witness statement na afi chairman of Ofosu Ampofo witnesses do obefre wo mo edi abe defend no ho say voice no enya wono said the forensics dia ba bonten no enhyase ye boy chairman of Ofosu Ampofo was nowhere to be found ewo court na ena counsel ya representing no catch the court to say first accused chairman of Ofosu Ampofo in fact we undergo 2 surgeries, 1 major surgery and 1 minor surgery. And I watch him say, we undergo the major surgery. In fact, the one tono 3 weeks after undergoing that major surgery. And I court to share say, Omra na ome defending home. And unti and I'm saying the whole Antono Mwinti according to medical terms, onya post surgery clotting. Post-surgery clotting. Internet was said immediately. Yes, fly chairman of Ofosu Ampofo. They call America Brichimemu. Now acquire a second minor surgery. And according to doctors, America Brichimemu, and every available medical report, chairman of Ofosu Ampofo will be expected back in this country by the 3rd week of May. Just May busumi besimu the now work ya toso miensa and chairman of Ofosu Ampofo nyankopon ebe ya dom ama watumi edi nani akire mu ewo omaiga mu na eba asa no na Justice Samuel Asiedu eka kire court say in fact delays no adoso because on kaikra no kai se case ekekako emfie 9 ne sa nti o ka kire lawyer Tony Lita say the opening of witness statement by chairman of Ofosu Ampofo was scheduled for May 30th at exactly 9:30 a.m. the opening of witness statement by Chairman of Nsem-Pii, according to Justice Asiedu Chiremua, it will be done on the 30th of May by 9:30 p.m. Now, all caution the council, your lawyer to the letter say, if Chairman of Nsem-Pii doesn't show up on the 30th of May by 9:30 p.m., on consider say the case is closed. Then the court will move on to the second accused. Kwaku Boahen. Now, ena Dr. Abdul Aziz Bamba, counsel for Anthony Kwaku Boahen, the second accused, also pointed a constitutional requirement. Say the matter must be heard in the presence of the accused, which is Chairman of Nsem-Pii. Enti ebi ebedu 30 no na apomuden no nsisi so. Enti nka Judge Justice Asiedu enhwe na one last time nka ontre emredum kakra. Justice Asiedu say dey be company 30th no na 30th by 9:30 a.m. Lawyer Tony Lita and after the client, Chairman of Nsem-Pii, should be ready at the Criminal Division of the Accra High Court 3 to open their witness statement. We na all country Mr. Anthony Kwaku Boahen say, a free ne edikosi 30th. Court o twen say, Chairman of Nsem-Pii, and ho beto no na enter appearance on the 30th no. Eno nkyere say court on kwasetena. Until they are going to take that opportunity. Now, almost the Akache Kwaku Boahen say, a free ne edikosi ni 30th. Ono so make sure say, obe open witness statement. No ma sha say no. Ti endru time wa Chairman of Nsem-Pii for mra no, na Kwaku Boahen witness statement ni ewie. Dr. Abdul Aziz Bamba prayed to the court. Sa enka court ma wo time kakra. Na omonfa emu abomo ho, but Justice Asiedu say there be. This case has kept too long. Until from the 25th day of April, edikosi the 30th of May, court to be here ni say Chairman of Nsem-Pii and the council lawyer Tony Lita baba be open omo witness statement no. Anthony Kwaku Boahen prepare no ho say obe open the witness statement. Now ama court wo hu the number of witnesses are obe frɛ wo mo. Now for court ayen hyehyeye for calling of the various witnesses in the witness statement. Said the by court ebe to many or not the second accused Kwaku Boahen adili awie. Enti Chairman of Nsem-Pii for entire appearance on May the 30th for pe na chese Kwaku Boahen de ne de ya kulusu. Now it is left to Chairman of Nsem-Pii. Yewie no na Justice Samuel Asiedu assignment lawyer Tony Lita asotin say the opening of the witness statement by Chairman of Nsem-Pii, the maximum duration ya odebema womo a duration of just 1 month. Inti e free na kwesi say Chairman of Nsem-Pii beba na wa be open witness statement no ene bosome no omomfa prepare every available witness young be frɛ no omma court asonte say the be ya court betumi program the days a odebe call all the witnesses na enya bere tie wo mo na cross examination akoso, because this case has taken so long. This case has taken so long. The way any and someone and there a copy mu ewo the Criminal Division of the Accra High Court 3. Now, proud to adjourn the case, Justice Asiedu signed Timu Biu catch both lawyers say the matter has kept, in my view, a little bit too long. I will adjourn it to May 30th at 9:30 a.m. for Ofosu with a caution that if he doesn't show up, I will close his case and hear the second accused. Enti, in fact, when you send the padodo na any aje say omwati bibi edi free case. This is a leaked audio. Say Michelle say na make no. Chairman of Nsem-Pii yete nene obi ti say Kwaku Boahen na chese akwa yes say NDC for a meeting. Na chairman e bro nsem so we are going to make the country ungovernable. Ye be hihye market, you be kidnap Nkofo. We are going to attack the chairman of the Peace Council. We are going to attack the chairman of the Electoral Commission. And some baby, and a chairman of Ampofo editor. So case no, and I make a once. And he said, you better refresh your memory. Yen sanko ni yenko take it. A sound bite of the leak tape when the Huasem Ekopiemo about the criminal division of the Accra High Court.
First of all, let me say good evening to all of you. And to thank you for the kind of work you are doing and the challenges that we have had to go through the past few days. I myself, I call it a baptismal fire. Because if we're in my shoes, you really appreciate what we went through. You see, first of all, let me admit that even though the party was aware that MPP will always resort to violence when we go to my election, the scale and the combination of state security forces against a party has never happened in the history of Ghana. I have gone to my elections. You know, most of you. It is always either MPP group against NDC group slugging it out, and then the police showing a little bias here and there. But for you to see the level of deployment, the sheer numbers, the firepower, and of course the fact that these were not trained security personnel. We picked intelligence very late the previous night when they went and recruited people from organizer even came, rushed to Sanko where we were training our people to come and tell us, me and Jay Blanson and others, the kind of weapon that they distributed, what happened in Agogoshi, the people they picked them there. So we pick all these things. And we have some of our colleagues and people there. And the plan they were hatching, and the extent to which they wanted to go. If you have all this information, we thought that if they would be unleashed violence, it would be late in the evening when they realize they are not winning and they want to use. In fact, they did everything, including some printed ballot boxes, which were going to be put in military peace corps and others in the heat of the nation. When they come and they want to, as if they want to restore violence, they pick it and then we had all those information. So we thought that look, this thing will go late. So let's watch how it begins. Some of our security guys, I don't want to mention them, I mean, they tried to put some teams together. But when the thing started, the rate at which it came. In fact, if you were with me, when I went to the Lagos hospital and saw the blood flow and the life-threatening injuries, and I was getting call from Bawaleshi, from Abelempe, from East Legon, it's like coordinated. So when I saw this thing and the calls were coming, I thought that look, this thing was coordinated, and if we are not careful, the level of casualties we cannot handle. So I spoke with one or two of our intelligence couples, and they said, oh, let's wait till about 9:30 and see how the situation. When I got to the PC stand, the house was chaotic. The blood flow, the everything. The PC himself, before I could get him, I had to go through the hall, go to another hall, go to the third place. And the whole place was choked. And the cry of our party people was that, look, we can't do this election because we don't want to die. And there was pressure on me. So I called here, and unfortunately, around the same time, one of us came with me. So we had to do some consultation with the candidates and then weigh the options and see. We were not in the state of preparedness to call for even reinforcement from anywhere because, as Captain Hassan said, how do you call people with bare hands to go and face this force? Any intelligent person will say that, let's weigh the option. This is a by-election. when we even win the seat, it doesn't make any. Why should they slaughter people? Because the tendency was that hawks were being unleashed into the constituency. And their determination is to mow them down, as many as possible, to let the hawks and others know that, look, you are nothing. So why can't we prevent that? At the same time, there was mixed communication about the number of deaths. And it was all over the place that already 2 people were dead. And as a party leader, how do I encourage people to go and face this fire and die? So I had no option. That is why I was tactical in saying that we are withdrawing our party leader. Because you see, we are not in charge of the elections. We can't stop the election. People who are leaving their homes to go and vote, I don't have control over them. I can't ask them not to go. But I had control over people that I have deployed as party people. And they were under attack. And so the best I can do is that, and they were in various places, I did not know what was happening to them. And so once I have a fair idea of what was happening, to save them, the best thing is to record them and bring them to a center where we can either brief them and decide whether to go back or not to go back. So, my brothers and sisters, it was a very, very difficult decision. Again, at the same time, we also thought that if we continue this election to the end and we win, the violent aspect will be swept aside. If we also lose, we have gone through the full hog. So the discussion will be normal electoral violence. So tactical withdrawal was to then place the issue in proper context so that every focus will be on what the government will do. And that is what we have largely succeeded in achieving. Because you see, for the first time, UND, they have never waded into this issue. EU delegation had called one of our senior comrades and said that, look, they are going to rethink their funding of the 2020 election. Because EU is a major stakeholder in terms of funding. And that we can then push for proper. And my worry a little was the fact that in situations like this, you may disagree with the decision, but you don't have to challenge leadership decision. And in the middle of this, some people decided the issue can't explode. For me, it was the most unfortunate thing that happened. Because when our people are being mowed down and they are being killed, and leadership has given a certain direction, you need to. There was pressure on me from some angles that I should change the process. I said, I will never change the process. I spoke with a lot of people and I said, this is a decision that I believe is in the interest of the community. Vehemently opposed to it, but when who has started reflecting on the whole process, there are people who call me and say, initially we were angry with you. But I mean, you have Chief Ashosoka in our meeting saying, Chief, thank you. I say, why? He said, if you are not taking this decision, I don't know how my men would have gone back to Tamale. The issue is that they had brought the Kandahar boys. And the Kandahar boys know our boys from Tamale. So it was a targeted, attack. So once they spot you, they invite them. So they would have done it. And then around that time, people were so defenseless. And they have packed themselves in pickups. And so cordon off and harming them was very, very easy. And they had not anticipated all these things coming. So it hasn't been easy. But for me, how we take the battle from here is most critical. It's a question of mind game that we have come to play. I was here because I thought that I should come and lift your spirit up and let you know that it was not a cowardice decision at all. It was a strategic decision which will benefit us, the security and future survival of our country is at stake. So first of all, our people have identified a number of them. Yes. I don't know whether you have heard, but somebody has told me that one of them is dead in Kwaku. Yes. Yeah, one of them is dead in Kwaku today. Whether heart attack or whatever. You see, 3 days ago, yesterday, those who were living in Niba and Momobi, nobody has slept in his house. So you see that now we have a tactical advantage. Nobody has slept in his house. They even went to attack parents. So imams have to come in and plead for their parents, because one of the days, people also start capturing your mothers and fathers and keeping them hostage until you show yourself out. So we need to go back quickly on the drawing board and strategize. But the communication is very critical ahead of us. And I want to assure you that as long as I remain the leader of the party, my approach to elections and security has completely changed from what happened. Wow. And we need to marshal all the human and material resources to move it. Yesterday I was speaking with him and I said, look, we have to get to a driver, probably one of our retired security people who can still drive and at the same time give you protection. And some covert and overt operations. We'll go after them. Yeah. But we'll not go after them face to face. We'll have to use tactical approaches to make life very uncomfortable for some of them. We will target some people, and we will let the people know that their life is in danger. And then once they know their life is in danger, they themselves be careful. As for that one, I want to assure you that we will go all out. Ensure that, as Mama said, when it comes to this game, because we are better than them. And we will not, once we are focusing our attention on the Ampofo, and in fact, I think that this whole thing, we should not focus too much on the IGP. In fact, a police woman called me and said, as for them, they regard the IGP as a civilian because the man is basically retired. and for them, he's a civilian. He's just a caretaker because he has retired. And once you are retired as an IGP, and this came from a policewoman. And so, even though we bashed the IGP, I think that the whole thing was political. So we must situate the communication on the president, who is the commander-in-chief and who